What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade. And my friends, we finally have some answers to questions we've been asking since this game launched a few days ago. The game finally gave us an official response. Therefore, today I wanted to take a few minutes, go over the details of what the game has said. They've talked about the fixes they are going to be implementing, what things they're going to be changing, and other things we can look forward to hopefully seeing very soon. Now, if you happen to enjoy this video, do me a favor real quick, hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. We have a 300 like goal per video. You can also feel free to subscribe or join as well. Make sure you turn on those notifications. And finally, for those of you that may not know, we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on December 31st of this year. We're going to jump right into the details, my friends. There are a lot of things to go over. We finally have specific answers to a lot of your questions, but I want to take a quick second and thank you all for your incredible support of my first two videos for Overwatch. The response has been insane and I am sincerely thankful. So first of all, last night at about 7 p.m. Pacific, about an hour and a half after I posted the video, they said we want to provide an update on what we've been doing behind the scenes to get more players into Overwatch 2 and make your play experience smoother. Read more here, and they leave a link to all of this information, which I will leave a link to in the description down below as well. Now you can see here they start off by saying the following. Hello heroes, yesterday was an exciting day for the Overwatch team, a day that we know you have been looking forward to for a long time. While millions of people have been enjoying the game, the launch has not met your or our expectations. They continue on by saying, first we want to apologize to our players. We expected the launch of Overwatch 2 to go smoothly. We hold ourselves to a higher standard and we are working hard to resolve the issues you are experiencing. We want to provide transparency on the issues, fixes we have made so far and give you an insight on how we're moving forward. They finish off by saying we are keeping a list of known issues here, but we will take a deep dive into the top issues. And as we move on, my friends, I want to mention two things. First of all, if you're having any issues I do not address in this video, please let me know in the comments section. And secondly, this is the most up-to-date information we have, and as always, I will keep you posted on any further updates. Now, the first piece of great news we have has to do with the SMS Protect initiative, and you can see they say we designed Overwatch 2 to be a live service which enables us to be responsive to a variety of player feedback. We have made the decision to remove phone number requirements for a majority of existing Overwatch players. Any Overwatch player with a connected Blizzard.net account, which includes all players who have played since June 9th of 2021, will not have to provide a phone number to play. We are working to make this change and we expect it to go live on Friday, October 7th. We will update players once it is in effect. And I am beyond happy to hear this. Y'all have heard me say in the last two videos how it was really pissing me off, this whole SMS thing. And I get why they did it, but it was also blocking a lot of players who legitimately had the right to play the game. Now, they said it should be implemented hopefully starting tomorrow. So please do me a favor, my friends. If you were having this issue, once the game makes the announcement that it should be working, let me know if it actually worked for you. Hopefully that is the case and you're able to jump into the game. However, with that being said, as most of you know by now, a majority of the community can't even get into the game. Like, the footage you're seeing here is from a recording I did yesterday, and the only reason I'm not showing you new footage is due to the fact that I had not been able to log in today, my friends. I tried for the last 3 hours, nothing happened. The queue started off with 500, then went down to 4, then down to 3, and at 300 it just stayed there for about 45 minutes straight. Then I got booted off. I tried a few more times. At that point I had to move on, but thankfully you can see they say we have addressed some issues and are in the process of addressing others, but players should still expect to see queues. Login queues, server crashes, and stability problems are intertwined, so we'll talk about them together. Players have been seeing their queue numbers jumping around, going from one small number to a large number. This is due to there being two queues for players, one through Battle.net and one through the game itself. This process is invisible to players but was being seen in real time. We have made changes to simplify the queuing process, so players should now only be experiencing the one queue before entering the game. They go on to say that they are continuing to add nodes to ease the pressure on the player database. The process of adding nodes requires replication of data, which inherently adds pressure to an already stressed system, so we're doing it slowly not to cause any further disruptions as devs and engineers work through separate issues. We are also currently throttling queues in order to protect the player database as much as we can while we scale. This feels bad in the short term, but once it's done, will greatly improve the experience for players across multiple fronts moving forward. Now, the next issue the game addressed is by far the #1 problem people are really stressing out about, if you will, and that's the fact that there's a problem with account merge merge, missing player items, data, all that stuff. Now you can see it says at the very top, you have not lost any items or progress, though some players are logging in and seeing some or all of the elements missing from their collection. We have received a number of reports from players saying that their inventory in-game is partially or totally reset. We've determined that the cause for this discrepancy in approximately half of reported cases is players not having yet completed their account merge. This is understandable. One cause for this is due to a bug with the launch build not providing an account merge prompt on some consoles. We rolled out a partial UI fix earlier today to help some console players progress through the account merge flow. However, we are still working on fixes for additional UI issues. They continue on by saying, in the other half of reported cases for this issue, things are just taking longer than expected for items from the original Overwatch to transfer and populate in Overwatch 2. Now this is the important part, my friends. In all cases, no player data has been wiped or lost. We have a client-side fix for this that cannot be deployed until next week, so we are exploring server-side fixes and will provide updates as more information becomes available. And I know for so many of you out there, that was your major concern. I've gotten so many messages over the last few days from players saying they have spent years, doing different accomplishments. They've had all these different skins for characters, and their fear was that because it wasn't transferring properly, that it was lost forever. My friends, that is not the case. Everything you had from the first game will transfer onto the second. It's just a question of how quickly they can do it. Now, thankfully, another issue that the game finally addressed was the fact that there were incorrectly locked heroes and items for existing players. This is an issue separate from account merge, but the player experience is the same as the above, where the heroes and items that should be unlocked for existing players are appearing as locked. These cases are almost certainly related to our first-time user experience and the fact that it was incorrectly being applied to existing players. We have seen relogging into the game resolving the issue in most cases. If you're still experiencing this issue after taking these steps, please open a support ticket. That data is very helpful to our team. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to leave a link to all of this information in the video description down below. That way you can check it out, and if you need to report a ticket or let the game know something, that's going on in your gameplay, you can contact them directly. And as always, please let me know if you get any response whatsoever. Finally, my friends, the last thing they reference in all of these notes are the DDoS attacks, and they say on the day of launch, these issues were exacerbated by DDoS attacks. While they did not directly cause any of these issues, they made the environment in which we work on these issues more challenging. We have not suffered any further attacks. We are committed to keeping you all informed and will provide more information as it becomes available. Please keep an eye on @PlayOverwatch for additional updates. Thank you, heroes, the Overwatch team. Now, as I was actually finishing up this recording, I noticed a notification from their Twitter page, and they said that there are a number of fixes going out today to address many of the issues players are experiencing with login and queues. This will take Overwatch 2 offline at the below times. It's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific for an estimated time of 1 hour, and then they're doing it again at 6 p.m. Pacific with an estimated time of 3 hours, so it's going to be 4 hours total, and hopefully we will see a change once they're done. Now, they actually give us a breakdown of what the down times are going to be used for, so you can see between 3 and 4 p.m. servers will be down while we're rolling out a fix to address some bugs related to account merge, login, and the first-time user experience. Players will not be able to access the servers during this time, and then between 6 and 9 p.m. Pacific, they are conducting significant upgrades to the database to address player queues. Players won't be able to access the servers during this time as well. And finally, as far as additional updates go, players on PC may be prompted to update their client. This addresses some reports of crashes and black screens. And as I start to wrap this video up, and most of you probably know this by now, but I'm fully committed to keeping you, in the loop of everything that's going on with the game. And I also want to hear from you, my Overwatch family. Let me know what's going on in your gameplay. Let me know if things are working, if they're not working, things like that. Now, I will continue to do these updates. Chances are I'll give it a few days. We'll let the dust settle a little bit. We'll see what fixes they actually implement tomorrow. I'll bring you an update on Saturday or Sunday. But as always, if there's anything going on in your game you want to let me know about, please let me know, and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. Which, by the way, is proving to be a little more difficult than I anticipated because of the amazing support you have shown these videos. I've gotten so many comments. I'm trying to respond to them all. So even if it takes me a day or so to get back to you, know that I'm doing the best I can because I am incredibly humbled by the response you've given me and how you've welcomed me into the Overwatch family. family. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned earlier, if you happen to enjoy this, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. You can feel free to subscribe or join as well. Turn on those notifications, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.